What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness
Wow.
does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The grumpy one.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
You are a very strange man.
You're not the first woman to tell me that. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage.
Don't worry. Would that make your day worse?
Hardly. I just like to know my chances of being turned into a toad at any given moment. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit from Highever. I should have recognized you right away. I apologize.
And how could you recognize me?
Duncan sent word. He spoke quite highly of you. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Alistair, the new Grey Warden, though I guess you knew that. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
Pleased to meet you. My name's Colette.
Right, that was the name. You know, it just occurred to me that there have never been many women in the Grey Wardens. I wonder why that is.
You are absolutely wonderful. Probably because we're way too smart for you.
True, but if you're here, what does that mean?
No! Incredibly unlucky.
Ouch. Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
You turned that around on me, boy. Good for you. What about the other recruits?
Davith and Sir Jory are here in the camp.
And
Have you met them?
yes, both of them.
That makes things easy then. They'll both be back with Duncan by now.
That argument I saw, what was it about?
With the mage. The Circle is here at the King's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are, which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
You were a mage hunter.
Not that that's all Templars do, but yes, the Chantry raised me until Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech.
No. I look forward to traveling with you.
You do? Huh, that's a switch. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Oh, God.
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
Oh, thank God.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
I'm fine. I appreciate your concern.
Oh, this doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You never told us your name.
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Davith was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
So why did you save us?
Well, we cannot have all the Grey Wardens dying at once, can we? Someone has to deal with these dark
And what are
spores.
we supposed to
It
do?
has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blight. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
supposed... I mean, yes, but what are we supposed to do? It changed... The land is hardly united thanks to Logain.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would he do it?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil
Or
behind
perhaps he is
the
a man
truth.
blighted by anger.
The archdemon.
What could the Ten hope to gain by betraying the king? We need to find this archdemon. I'm so confused right now. I don't understand. What could he
The
gain?
throne? He's the Queen's father. Still, I can't see how he'll get away with murder.
You speak as if he would be the first king to gain his throne that way. Grow up, boy.
If Al-Eamon knew what he did, he would never stand for it. The Landsmeet would never stand for it. There would be civil war.
You... Arlelium, the Isle of Redcliffe.
I suppose. Al-Eamon wasn't an Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
But... And say he doesn't help us. What then? Everyone will see the danger the Blight poses, right? Keep... Oh god, what are we supposed... What about other Grey Wardens? Surely the other allies...
Of course! The treaties! Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
Okay,
I
clearly
may
I
be old,
need...
but dwarves, elves, mages, this Arl-Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
What? Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Take one step at a time. But it is not so bad to know where those steps will lead you. Yes.
It's always been the Grey Warden's duty to stand against a blight. And right now, we're the Grey Wardens.
And
So
we're
you are
just
separate,
two people.
ready to be Grey Wardens.
I guess I don't have a choice. But what are we supposed to do? Like, two people against a world? Anyways, thank you for your help, Plymouth.
No, thank you. You are the Grey Wardens here, not I. Now, before you go, there is yet one more thing I can offer you.
We
The
cannot
stew is
take
bubbling,
anything
my
more
dear.
from
Shall
you.
we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
What?
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
What? Thank you, but if Morrigan doesn't wish to join us...
Her magic will be useful. Even better, she knows the wilds and how to get past the horde.
Have I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
What? Was this your idea all along?
Pardon me, but I had the impression that you two needed assistance.
Yes, but I don't want to
Whatever
take a
for.
woman who clearly has no
Not
desire
to
want to
look a gift
go.
horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on
I mean,
that
I don't
tower.
care about that.
Taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite for Eldon.
Okay, can someone just stop for 1 second?
Without you,
How
they
am
will
I?
surely fail,
Well, I guess...
and all will perish under the blight. Even I.
I understand.
And you, Wardens, do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
I will do everything I can to protect her, but I don't understand. How are we supposed to unite a world. I suppose my Kuzlin name might help, but she won't come to harm with us.
Allow me to get my things, if you please.
Lloyd.
I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. It is not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
No, I prefer you... I have absolutely no problem with your presence if Alistair doesn't. No, I prefer you speak your mind.
You will regret saying that. Dear, sweet mother, you are so kind to cast me out like this. How fondly I shall remember this moment. When I always said, if you want something done, do it yourself. Or hear about it for a decade or two afterwards.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
No, but we do need all the help we can get.
I guess you're right. The Grey Wardens have always taken allies where they could find them.
I am so pleased to have your approval.
I think we should actually have some questions.
I may have answers. Ask.
Tell me about this village to the north.
'Tis a small place of little consequence called Lothering. No more than a stop along your Imperial Highway where travellers purchase goods from local farms and smiths. I would go more often were it not for the town's chantry. It makes the village particularly intolerant and unpleasant for a stranger such as me.
A chantry? And they never in all this time thought that maybe you were a witch?
Oh, can we
Of course
please
they
get off
have.
with the
They
witch
even
thing?
called out their Templars once. They found nothing.
Have you never been outside of the wilds?
From time to time, I have been to the village I mentioned, watched its people, and pondered what curious beings they are. On occasion, I purchased goods from the village merchants. There I spoke with men a little. There they stared and knew me as an outsider. Mother wishes for me to expand the horizon of my experience beyond the wilds. Even she was not born here.
Well, yes. Is this what you want?
What I want is to see mountains. I wish to witness the ocean and step into its waters. I want to experience a city rather than see it in my mind. So, yes, this is what I want. Actually, leaving is harder than I thought, however. Perhaps Mother is right. It must simply be done quickly.
How are we going to get past the... No, I have no more questions.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
Got every single thought out of my head. What on bloody earth was that?
Bad dreams, huh?
Oh, it seems so real.
Well, it is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
The Archdemon? Is that the dragon?
I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. But yes, that's the Archdemon. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me too.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's what I'm here for. To deliver unpleasant news and witty one-liners. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
to you.
What do you need?
Do you want to talk about Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
He was like a father to you, I understand.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not with so much as riding on us, not with the blight and
You're one to speak.
everything. I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
He had you.
I suppose he did. It probably sounds stupid, but part of me wishes I was with him, in the battle. I feel like I abandoned him.
No, I understand completely.
Of course. I'd be dead then, wouldn't I? It's not like that would make him happier. I think he came from High-Ever, or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor. I don't know. Have you had someone close to you die? Not that I mean to pry, I'm just... Oh, of course. How stupid of me to forget. Here I am going on and on about Duncan, and you...
No.
I'm
It's
so
okay.
Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
Maybe I'll go to High-Ever with you when you go.
I'd like that. So would he, I think.
Yay! Let's talk to him again.
What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
So how did you become a Grey Warden?
Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out.
No,
forgotten
that's
already,
not
have
what I mean. I mean before that.
Let's see. I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact. That's where I learned most of my skills.
You don't seem like... so you mentioned before.
It's really for the best. I'm not exactly the Chantry type, if you haven't noticed. I don't think I would have made a very good Templar. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she ever furious when he did. I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was lucky.
Why did the Grand Cleric want to keep you?
I wondered that myself. It's not as if she valued me highly. I think she just didn't want to give anything to the Grey Wardens, is all. The Chantry didn't lose much. And I think I can do more fighting the Blight anyhow, rather than sitting in a temple somewhere. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I wouldn't have.
I shouldn't have brought him up. I'm sorry.
No, it's... I'm sorry. I shouldn't be. It's fine.
No,
Died
it's
a
not
hero.
fine. Of course it's not
They all
fine.
did. Come on, let's go. I think I'm done talking.
Alistair! Oh no, are you alright? Alistair!
Hey, it's great to see you again. I was just thinking about you. Isn't that a marvelous coincidence? This
Well,
is my sister,
no.
Goldana. These are her children, and there's more about somewhere. We're one big happy family, at long last.
What do I say? I didn't even know he had family. I thought he was alone. You seem, gently do this.
I am. I'm happier than I've been my entire life. Isn't that strange? I thought being a Grey Warden would make me happy, but it didn't. This does.
I'm overjoyed to have my little brother back. I'll never let him out of my sight again.
May I borrow him for a second? We have business elsewhere.
I don't think I'll be coming. I don't want to spend my life fighting, only to end up dead in a pit along with rotting darkspawn corpses.
Who are you?
Is your friend staying for supper?
Say you'll stay. Goldana's a great cook. Maybe she'll make her mince pie. You can, can't you?
Of course, dear brother. Anything for you.
You are disgusting. Fine. You know what? I'm just going to rip the band-aid off. You're disgusting. And the fact that you're doing this to him, you are going... Arrow in the face. She's a demon in disguise. Don't believe any of this.
How can you say that about Goldana? She's the soul of goodness.
And what am I?
You're acting really strangely.
Think about this and how you got here. Think.
All right, if it makes you happy. It's a little fuzzy.
Yes.
That's strange.
Alistair, come and have some tea.
Get away from
No.
him, you wench.
Wait, I remember a tower.
Yes.
Circle.
Yes. Good.
It was under attack.
Good.
There were demons.
Good.
That's all I really
That's
remember.
all you need to remember. That's when we got trapped in the Fade, where we are now.
Are you saying this is a dream? But it's so real.
Of course it's real. Now wash up before supper and
Something doesn't feel quite right here. I think I have to go.
There you go. Come with me.
No, he is ours, and I'd rather see him dead than free.
You will not have him. And I will not turn into something in front of him so he can tease me for the rest of the time we're traveling. Are you alright? Oh, and there's some more. More? What the flip? Where did you come from? Are you okay?
Goldana? I can't believe it. How did I not see this earlier?
You know what, to be perfectly honest, you saw it faster than a certain mage that I know. You're in the Fade, which isn't like the real world.
Yes, well, try not to tell everyone how easily fooled I was. Are we going now? Wait, where are you going? What's happening to me? Hey! Goldana?
I feel like I just did
I
this.
can't believe it. How did I not see this earlier? Yes, are we going?
Hello.
Something on your mind?
Has anyone ever told you how handsome you are?
Not unless they were asking me for a favour.
I also want
there
to hear
was
about
one
that,
time
sister.
in Denerim, but those women were not like you. Why? Is this your way of telling me you think I'm handsome?
We can't just come out and say it. We have to tease him a little bit. My lips are sealed.
Oh, I get it. I'll get it out of you yet. So, is this the part where I get to say the same?
Not unless you don't think so.
Oh, I think so. I'll just spring it on you when it's a surprise.
Don't you dare.
At your service.
I have some questions.
Of course.
That's a good question. So, how did... No, I asked this one already.
Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. You haven't forgotten already, have you?
Ha ha, very funny.
I do my best. What can I say? Let's see, I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact. That's where I learned most of my skills.
Templar? Wait. You don't seem like the religious sort.
You're telling me I was banished to the kitchens to scour the pots more times than I can count. And that's a lot. I can count pretty high.
Really?
The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she ever furious when he did? I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was lucky.
What? Why did she want to keep you?
I wondered that myself. It's not as if she valued me highly. I think she just didn't want to give anything to the Grey Wardens, is all. The Chantry didn't
Whatever.
lose much. And I think I can do more fighting the Blight anyhow, rather than sitting in a temple somewhere. I'll always be
That's
thankful
true.
to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I wouldn't have.
I'm sorry. He was a good man.
He was. A good man who didn't deserve his fate. That much I'm sure of. Come on, let's go. I think I'm done talking. At your service. Of course.
What can a Templar do exactly?
Essentially, they're trained to fight. The Chantry would tell you that the Templars exist simply to defend. But don't let them fool you. They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells.
That's pretty amazing. So, Templars use magic themselves?
You could call it that, sure. The Chantry doesn't look on it the same way, however, since really our talents only work on mages. Against a regular person, I'm just a guy in a metal suit.
But a cute guy in a metal suit. So, have you hunted many mages?
No, I never actually became a full Templar. Duncan recruited me before I took my vows. I was only present during one harrowing. The ritual that they test the mages with. It's not unlike our joining, really. And just as deadly. The girl they tested, she had a demon put inside her to see if she could resist.
That's awful.
And she couldn't. We had to
That's awful.
end it quickly. I have to say I didn't have much interest in becoming a Templar after that.
So couldn't other learn these talents?
Perhaps, but there usually isn't much of an opportunity. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted.
That's awful.
And since the Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves,
That's awful.
I'm sure you can put two and two together.
That's horrible. I can't believe they would do that.
Well, they do it, and they feel perfectly justified. You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templar's talents more effective, or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that. The Chantry
I
uses
saw
it to let
that, I
the
think.
Templars get away, either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me.
You didn't like that very much, did you?
At your service.
I want to ask this question.
Of course.
So, if you were raised in the Chantry, have you never...
Never what? Had a good pair of shoes?
Don't make me come up and say it. You know what I mean.
Sure I do. Have I never seen a basilisk? Ate jelly ham? Have I never licked a lamppost in winter?
Now you're making fun of me.
Make fun of you, dear lady. Perish the thought. Well, tell me, have you ever licked a lamppost in winter?
No, I've never licked a lamppost in winter.
Good. I hear it's quite painful. I remember one of the younger initiates did it on a dare once, and there was pointing and laughing. Oh, the humanity. I myself have also never done it. That. Not that I haven't.
Can't we be adults here?
But, you know.
You haven't? I was joking. Oh, I see. You never had the opportunity?
Well, living in the Chantry is not exactly a life for rambunctious boys. They taught me to be a gentleman, especially in the presence of beautiful women such as yourself. That's not so bad, is it?
You think I'm beautiful?
Of course you are, and you know it. You're ravishing, resourceful, and all those other things you probably hurt me for not saying.
I would never hurt you.
Nor I, you. Let us be off then, lest your risque talk make my ears blush.
Are you a happy boy?
Oh, why, you little...
What?
Your furry friend here took offence at me getting near his food. He spat at me, look.
Good boy, teach that silly Alistair a lesson. Why are you near his food anyways?
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Right, that's not what I wanted, but...
I once heard a really old legend about how the hound warriors in the days of the old
What
tribe
are you teaching,
would
Lloyd?
feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished.
That's disgusting.
Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
No way. I'd never feed you another human being.
It's not cannibalism if he's eating it, you know.
That's right. One more story from Alistair.
At your service. Of course.
So you said this Arleman raised you.
Did I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfells. A whole pack of them, in fact.
Really? That must have been tough for them.
Well, they were flying dogs, you see. Surprisingly strict parents, too. And devout Andrastians to boot.
Do you write at least? I bet your mother's a bitch. Oh.
All right, I give. I cannot match your rapier wit. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind. My mother was a serving girl in Redcliffe Castle who died when I was very young. Arleman wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him any more for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough.
Why did he send you to the Chantry?
Arleman eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war. But he loved her. Anyhow, the new Alistair resented the rumours which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they
that's
existed.
awful.
The Isle didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10, just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
What an awful thing to do to a child.
Maybe. She felt threatened by my presence, I can see that now. I can't say I blame her. She wondered if the rumours were true herself, I bet. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered. Stupid thing to do. The Isle came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there and blamed him for everything. And eventually,
That's awful.
he just stopped coming.
You were young.
And raised my dogs. Or I may as well have been, the way I acted. But maybe all young bastards act like that. I don't know. All I know is that the Arl is a good man and well loved by the people. He also was King Caelan's uncle, so he has a personal motivation to see Loghain pay for what he did. Anyway, that's really all there is to the story. At your service.
One more.
Of course.
Why have you remained a Templar if... Oh, no, this one. Tell me... Grey Wardens. You know, I really don't know much about the Grey Wardens.
Such as they are.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of questions. Alright, what happens now that there's just two of us?
I imagine that eventually the Grey Wardens outside of Ferelden will wonder what's happened. Why there's no contact from Duncan.
Well, isn't there a way for us to
They'll
contact
send
them?
someone eventually. Though who knows what Loghain's people in Denerim will tell them. Maybe they won't send anyone. We could try to contact them. But that would mean leaving Ferelden, and even if we did, they couldn't come back with us in time to stop the Blight. So that means whatever happens, it's up to us.
Where... Is there a headquarters somewhere?
Here in Ferelden, there's our compound in Denerim at the palace, but that's it. Loghain will have control over that and be watching it, no doubt. Beyond that, the only place I know of is Weishaupt Fortress. That's the headquarters of all Grey Wardens in the Anderfels, 1,000 miles from here. But I've no idea how to even contact them. So unless we try to get back to the compound in Denerim,
that's a good
I
question.
suppose the answer is no. There's nowhere for us to go.
Where's the nearest Grey Wardens from here?
That's a good question. There's plenty in Orlais, but who knows where they might be found. And the nearest Orlesian city is weeks away. If we go north and cross the sea, there's bound to be some in the Free Marches.
Every single Grey Warden
Again,
was in that
however, I
battle
just
in
don't know
Ferelden.
where. I don't know anything about Grey Wardens in other lands. I mean, eventually we would have to use the joining to make more Grey Wardens, right? But I don't know how to do the joining, or what's involved. I know it involves Illyrium and some other magic, and that it's really difficult to prepare, but that's it. Unless we can find out more about the joining, I guess we better get used to the idea that there might only be two of us for now. Until more come from elsewhere. About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. At your service.
Thank you. Can I discuss something in private?
Well, we're in camp. Now's as good a time as any to talk, right?
I need to tell you how much I enjoy your company.
You know, I was just thinking the same thing. Given the circumstances, things could have been so much worse. I'm so grateful that you're you, instead of some other Grey Warden. That sounded better in my head. I just mean to say that I can't imagine having done this without you.
I feel the same way.
Now we just need to be rid of that pesky archdemon, and everything will be back to normal, right?
Oh, what a lovely town.
Can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
What's on your mind?
I told you before how Al Eamon raised me, right? That my mother was a serving girl at the castle and he took me in.
Yes.
The reason he did that was because, well, because my father was King Marek, which made Kaelin my half-brother, I suppose.
What? Wait. Hold on. Doesn't that make you heir to the throne?
Maker's breath, I hope not. I don't think so. You don't think so, do you? I'm a bastard. And nobody even knows about me. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
I think I understand.
Ah, good. I'm glad. It's not like I got special treatment for it anyhow. At any rate, that's it. That's what I had to tell you. I thought you should know about it.
Are you sure you're not hiding anything else?
Besides my unholy love of fine cheeses and a minor obsession with my hair, no, that's it. Just the prince thing.
You're Your prince. So, should I be calling you Prince Alistair? No, I would hate being called Lady Kuzlin. Oh my god. Prince Alistair?
No! Maker's breath. Just hearing that gives me a heart attack. It's not true, anyhow. I'm the son of a commoner. It was always made clear that the throne is not in my future. And that's fine by me. No, if there's an heir to be found, it's Al Eamon himself. He's not of royal blood, but he is Kaelin's uncle, and more importantly, very popular with the people. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
That's not really what you think, is it?
Well, no. What I really think is that I was lucky enough to survive with you.
No. See if we can talk to Alistair about this.
You know, maybe this isn't the best time to be thinking about this, but I've something to ask you. Chances are we'll be heading to Denerim soon. And when we're there, I wonder if we might be able to look someone up.
This wouldn't be some former lover of yours, would it? Because I would be very, very sad.
A former what? No! Do you honestly think I would suggest we go see it together? No! The thing is, I have a sister.
Oh, thank goodness!
I told you about my mother, right?
Thank goodness.
She was a servant at Redcliffe Castle.
Wait, why
when
am
she
I
had a
so
daughter. Only I never knew about her.
excited about
I
that?
don't think she knew about me either. They kept my birth a secret after all. But after I became a Grey Warden, I did some checking and, well, I found out she's still alive. In Denerim.
That is the person that was in his nightmare, but I don't think he remembers that, and I'm not going to bring it up. Have you contacted her?
No. I thought about writing her, but I never did. And then we were called down to Ostagar, and I never got the chance. She's the only real family I have left. The only family not also mixed up in the whole royal thing.
I don't mean to say this.
That maybe it's time I went to see her. With the blight coming and everything, I don't know if I'll ever get another chance to see her. Maybe I can help her. Warn her about the danger, I don't know.
If you want to, we could try.
Could we? I'd appreciate that. If something happened to her...
As long
and I
as
never
it's
went
not
to
a
at
former
least
lover.
see her,
Wait, what is it?
I don't know if I could forgive myself. Her name is Goldana, and I think she remarried but still lives
That is
just
the
outside
person
the
from his
area.
dream.
If we're in the area, then...
But I'm not going to say anything. I'm not. I don't want to be. If you're okay, what?
Here, look at this.
Would you stop?
Do you know what this is?
I want to ask about Redcliffe. So rose. Why are you giving me a rose? That's a rose?
I picked it in Lothering. I remember thinking, how could something so beautiful exist in a place with so much despair and ugliness? I probably should have left it alone, but I couldn't. The Darkspawn would come and their taint would just destroy it. So I've had it ever since.
Okay, first of all, I want to say I'm trying to ask about your opinion on Redcliffe, but I do appreciate a flower, and it's really beautiful, and that's beautiful.
I thought that I might give it to you, actually. In a lot of ways, I think the same thing when I look at you.
I don't know what to say.
I guess it's a bit silly, isn't it? I just thought, here I am, doing all this complaining, and you haven't exactly been having a good time of it yourself. You've had none of the good experience of being a Grey Warden since your joining.
Good experiences?
Not a word of thanks or congratulations. It's all been death and fighting and tragedy. I thought maybe I could say something. Tell you what a rare and wonderful thing you are to find amidst all this darkness.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel the same about you.
I'm glad you like it. Now, if we could move right on past this awkward, embarrassing stage and get right to the steamy bits, I'd appreciate it.
I don't know if he's being serious or not, but he's a joking sort, so okay. Sounds good. Off with the armor then, right in the middle of the chantry.
Ha ha. Bluff called. Damn, she saw right through me.
You're so cute when you're bashful.
I'll be standing over here until the blushing stops, just to be safe. You know how it is.
How are you?
Yes.
Are you alright?
Of course.
Oh, right. Why did you keep a birthright a secret?
You never are.
Oh, come on. I'm hurt you didn't trust me.
No, please don't think that. It's not that I didn't trust you. It's... Please, let me try to explain.
No, I think I
The
understand.
thing is, I'm used to not telling anyone who didn't already know. It was always a secret. Even Duncan was the only Grey Warden who knew. And then after the battle, when I should have told you, I don't know, it seemed like it was too late by then. How do you just tell someone that?
I guess I can understand that.
I should have told you, anyway. It was important for you to know. I guess part of me likes you not knowing.
Why? What happens when people find out?
They treat me differently. I become the bastard prince to them, instead of just Alistair. I know that must sound stupid.
No,
to you, but I
no,
hate
no, no,
the
no.
experience my entire life. I never wanted it, and I certainly don't want to be king. The very idea of it terrifies me.
It doesn't sound stupid at all.
For all the good it does me, my blood seems certain to haunt me no matter what I do. I guess I should be thankful that Al Eamon is far more likely to inherit the throne than I am. He's not royal blood, but he was Kaelin's uncle, and more importantly, is very popular. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. I guess I was just
No.
hoping that you would like me for who I am. It was a dumb thing to do.
I liked you. No. No, that's dumb. Apology accepted.
I guess it's kind of a relief that you know now.
Without having to hurt him.
Now that we're back at the camp, I want to talk about what happened at Redcliffe.
I think it turned out quite well, don't you?
I just wanted to thank you. You went out of your way to save the Arl's family, and you did it. Even though it would have been easier not to. There's been so much death and destruction.
I wouldn't
it
have
makes
done
me feel
anything
good
else.
that at least we were able to save something. No matter how small. I owe the Arl that much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Good. Now that the warm, fuzzy part of the day is over with, we can get back to the ritual dismemberments. Oh, wait, it's not true.
Aha.
Oh, this is my mother's amulet. It has to be. But why isn't it broken? Where did you find it?
I found it in the Redcliffe Castle in the study.
Oh, the Arl study? Then he must have found the amulet after I threw it at the wall. And he repaired it and kept it. I don't understand. Why would he do that?
Perhaps you meant more to him than you think.
I guess you could be right. We never really talked that much. And then the way I left, thank you. I mean it. I thought I'd lost this to my own stupidity. Your desire is my command. Of course.
Why have you remained a Templar if you hate the Chantry?
Have you seen the uniform? It's not only stylish, but well made. I'm a sucker for good tailoring.
Really, I don't think I've ever seen you wearing it.
I keep it hidden under my pillow. Sometimes I'll take it
That
out.
sounds very
so I can hug it
painful.
fondly and remember the good old days. brings a tear to the eyes, you know.
Do all Templars make these jokes, or just you?
Oh, you know, between all the guilt and the hours spent in solemn prayer, any good Templar or priest is just bursting to tell a few good jokes when the opportunity arises. You don't really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring.
Well, I want to know about you. Then make up something more exciting.
You know, I like the way you think. But I guess if you're really curious, there's no harm in obliging. I have a couple of interesting-looking moles I can show you later, too, if you're...
Where might those
The
moles
truth of the matter
be?
is that I did hate going to the monastery. The initiates from poor families thought I put on airs, while the noble ones called me a bastard and ignored me. I felt like Al Eamon had cast me off, unwanted, and I was determined to be bitter. But I took some solace in the training itself, I guess. I was actually quite good at it.
Really? What did you enjoy?
The education, mostly. But also
Hey!
the discipline. You need to have a disciplined mind in order to use the abilities we have. It was difficult, but rewarding. I never really felt at home anywhere, though, until I joined the Grey Wardens. And Duncan felt my Templar abilities might be useful when we encountered Darkspawn magic, so I kept it up. What about
That's
you?
beautiful.
Do you have anywhere you consider home?
I guess my home is with you.
Really? I
And
guess I
Lily.
like the sound of that. We won't always be traveling like this, you know. Once the war is over, once the blight is... Well, a time will come when we'll have to think about having a real home again. Though that seems like a far ways off. And I suppose the Grey Wardens are gone for good. Either way.
Well, they can always be rebuilt.
I suppose you're right. We can create new Grey Wardens. But we'll
But
never
there's
get back
ones
those
in
we
Olay.
lost. I wonder if it would ever feel the same. Anyhow, now I've sidetracked us. We'd better get back to what we're supposed to be doing right now. Your desire is my command.
I love when you talk like that. Can I'm really nervous to ask this, but I want to, but I don't want to, and
Well, we're in camp. Now's as good a time as any to talk, right?
I want to ask if you want to join me right now.
Join you? In your tent?
If you don't want to, it's okay.
Oh, that's not it at all. Not that I want to seem overeager. I must sound like a fool. You know that I've never done anything like this with anyone. I was quite sheltered after all. I care for you so much. Whenever I think of this, I feel like a bumbling idiot. All hands. I wish I could be better at this. I want it to be right.
I want with you, but if would you rather we waited?
I don't know. I'm willing to give it a shot, if you are.
Yes, I'm willing.
Right. I'm going to stop talking now.
We're not gonna roleplay this part, that's weird.
You know, according to all the sisters at the monastery, I should have been struck by lightning by
I
now.
think I was. It could still happen.
It Sure. But if you get hit by the lightning afterwards, it hardly seems like an effective deterrent. You do realise the rest of our little party here is going to talk, right? They do that.
Let them talk, I don't care.
Oh, sure, now you say that. By tomorrow it'll be icy glares and awkward silences right before battle. Just you watch. So, what now? Where do we go from here?
We stay together, no matter what happens.
Right, I can handle that. I hope. Before we
More
go,
confidence, please.
I just want to thank you. No one's ever made me feel this way. I wasn't sure it could happen, in fact.
Alistair, I feel the same way. When I'm with you, I forget that we're in the middle of a war. Forget everything that I'm supposed to be doing. Well, not supposed to be doing, but forget all the pressure. And I feel like a girl. Again, a girl that doesn't have the fate of the world on her shoulders.
Good to know.
Right, are you ready?
That's my sister's house. I'm almost sure of it. This is the right address. She could be inside. Could we go and see?
Would you rather meet her on your own?
Do I seem a little nervous? I am. I really don't know what to expect. I'd like you to be there with me if you're willing.
You're talking really, really fast.
I suppose. We really don't have time to pay a visit, do we? Maybe we should go.
Fine, let's see if she's home.
Will she even know who I am? Does she even know I exist?
Calm down, you're adorable when you're nervous.
Sounds very strange. Sister.
Oh, no.
Sister. Oh, now I'm babbling. Maybe we should go. Let's go. Let's just go.
Oh, she's gonna be a bitch, isn't she? Stab her in the throat if she says any mean word.
Hello?
Maybe we should have knocked.
I charge 3 bits on a bundle, you won't find better. And don't trust what that Natalia woman tells you either. She's foreign and she'll rob you blind.
I'm not here to have any wash done. My name's Alistair. Well, this may sound sort of strange, but are you Gordana? If so, I suppose I'm your brother.
My what? I am Goldana, yes. How do you know my name? What kind of tomfoolery are you folk up to?
He's telling the truth. Listen to him.
Look, our mother, she worked as a servant in Redcliffe Castle a long time ago before she died. Do you know about that?
You! I knew it! They told me you was dead. They told me the babe was dead along with mother, but I knew they was lying.
They told you I was dead? Who? Who told you that?
Them's at the castle. I told them the babe was the king's and they said he was dead. Gave me a coin to shut my mouth and sent me on my way. I knew it.
What?
Sorry, I didn't know that. The babe didn't die. I'm him. I'm your brother.
For all the good it does me. You killed mother, you did, and I've had to scrape by all this time. That coin didn't last long, and when I went back, they ran me off.
You utter bitch! That's hardly Alistair's fault, is it?
And who in the maker's name are you? Some tart, following after his riches, I expect.
Hey, don't speak to her that way. She's my friend and a Grey Warden, just like me.
Oh, I see. A prince and a Grey Warden too. Well, who am I to think poorly of someone so high and mighty compared to me? I don't know you, boy. Your royal father forced himself on my mother and took her away from me. And what do I got to show for it? Nothing. They tricked me good. I should have told everyone. I got 5 mouths to feed. And unless you can help with that, I got less than no use for you.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Goldana, Alistair came here hoping to find his... Oh, God, I'm so pissed off.
Well, he found it. And what good is that to me? None, that's what. Unless he can see to it that his family lives as it should.
I suppose maybe I can...
No, don't give her money.
Nephews. 15 sovereigns, maybe? Would you let me give her that?
Are you joking? No way.
Then I don't know what else we can do. I'm sorry, Goldana, but...
You, a prince, marching in here with your fancy armor and such, and this is all you got to offer? You must think I'm very stupid.
No, wait, I don't think that at all. I want to help, if I can.
You want to help? You go to whatever high and mighty folks you run with, and you tell them you've got nephews and nieces that aren't living as they've a right to. You do that.
Oh, that's enough. Let's go, Alistair. There's nothing for you here.
You're right. I don't know why I came.
I don't know why you came either, or what you expected to find, but it isn't here. Now get out of my house, the both of you.
Let's leave now.
I agree. Let's get out of here.
God. What an utter bitch!
Well, that was not what I expected, to put it lightly. This is the family I've been wondering about all my life. That shrew is my sister? I can't believe it. I guess I was expecting her to accept me without question.
Real family is supposed to do
what
that.
Family's supposed to do. I feel like a complete idiot.
You don't need her. You have others who care for you.
Such as? The only person who ever cared about me was Duncan. He's gone.
I care about you.
Thank you. I'm glad you came with me. Let's just go. I don't want to talk about this.
I feel bad because we weren't able to help.
I guess I really don't know how to ask you this.
Ask me what? Why does it look like it's snowing?
How do I say this? You think it would be easier, but every time I'm around you, I feel as if my head's about to explode. I can't think straight.
That's very sweet.
Here's the thing. Being near you makes me crazy. But I can't imagine being without you. Not ever. You're the first woman I've ever spent the night with. And if I have my way, you'll be the last.
I feel the same way.
Good. I'm glad. Let's move on then. We've got a long way to go yet.
Oh.
Look, before we go any further, I want to say something. I appreciate that you brought me to see my sister, and that you were there to talk me down after we left. You're a true friend, and I love you. I just wanted to tell you that.
I love you too.
Well, now that that's out of the way, something you need, my dear.
Why is it... Can you tell me why it's suddenly snowing? Why is it snowing?
Of course. You mean other than becoming a Grey Warden? You know, I asked Duncan this too, and all I got was, "You'll see."
Try that on me.
I have other lines for you. Trust me.
Oh,
Well, it's
do
not that
you?
Duncan wants to keep it a secret. It's just that the Grey Wardens don't discuss it much. I gather it's not a pleasant topic. The first change I noticed was an increase in appetite. I used to get up in the middle of the night and raid the castle larder. I thought I was starving. I'd slurp down every dinner like it was my last. My face all covered in gravy. When I'd look up, the other Grey Wardens would stare, then laugh themselves to tears.
Really? I haven't felt anything like that.
Really? Because I was watching you wolf down food.
Watch it,
and I thought,
darling.
I think she gets a lot of exercise.
Punch you in the face. Are you calling me a pig?
Not at all. I've never seen a pig eat like that. Ever.
Oh, you take it back this
I guess,
instant.
don't kill me. Oh, and then there were the nightmares. Duncan said it was part of how we sense the Darkspawn. We tap into their well, I don't know what you call it, their group mind.
That's
And when we
terrifying
sleep,
to think of.
it's even worse. You learn to block it out after a while, but at first it's hard. It's supposed to be worse for those who join during a blight. How is it for you?
I've had nightmares, yes, I know what you mean.
Some people never have much trouble, but that's rare. Others have trouble sleeping their entire life. They're just more sensitive, I suppose. Everyone ends up the same, though. Once you reach a certain age, the real nightmares come. That's
Yes,
how
well, we
Grey
found out
Warden's
about that.
has come.
His time has come.
Oh, that's right. We never had time to tell you that part, did we? Well, in addition to all the other wonderful things about being a Grey Warden, you don't need to worry about dying from old age. You've got 30 years to live, give or take. The taint, it's a death sentence. Ultimately, your body won't be able to take it. When the time comes, most Grey Wardens go to Orzammar and die in battle rather than waiting. It's tradition.
What? So I'm going to die.
We are all going to die. When Duncan told me, I was angry.
I sort of already knew because of that crazy person's research.
It's not how you die that's important. It's how you live. And
That's
you wondered
beautiful.
why we kept the joining a secret from the new recruits. And there you have it.
It still seems a high price to pay.
I suppose it is. We're the only ones who can stop the blight, however. Is there a price too high to pay for that? You know, Duncan, he started having the nightmares again. He told me that in private. He said it wouldn't be long before he'd go to Orzammar
That's so
himself.
sad.
I guess he got what he wanted. I just wish it had been something worthy of him.
He will be remembered, Alistair, as will the others.
I know. Ending the blight should make this all worthwhile, right?
I wanted to
Of
give
course.
you something.
I didn't know them for very long, but I guess it was longer than you. You never met them all, did you? They were quite a group. Actually, they felt like an extended family since we were all cut off from our former lives. We also laughed more than you'd think. There was this one time...
I can imagine.
Well, you probably don't want to hear stories about men you didn't know.
No, weren't there any women?
Not as Grey Wardens. Not while I was there. I saw pictures of some, though none of them were as pretty as you are. There was one
Thank
Grey
you,
Warden
darling.
who came all the way from the Anderfells. What was his name? It was Gregor. He was a burly man with the biggest, fuzziest beard you've ever seen. And the man could drink. He drank all the time, but he never got drunk. Finally, we all made a pool to see just how many pints it would take to put him under the table.
Just one of the boys I see.
Well, it wasn't always like that. Does it have to be serious and deadly all the time? Anyhow, we never did find out. He said he'd drink a pint for every half pint that the rest of us drank. He was still going by the time the rest of us were passed out. I'm told that Duncan walked in later on and saw us all passed out from one end of the hall to the other, and Gregor still drinking. Duncan laughed until he nearly...
I'm sorry, this must be hard for you.
Yes, I suppose so. I thought I was done with this, but
You'll never be done
it just
with it.
struck me that I have nothing to remember Duncan by. Nothing at all. There's no body, not even a token of his that I could
We found his
take with
sword.
me. That must sound really stupid to you.
We found his sword! Why can't I give him the sword? Oh, that's stupid. Ugh, you have your memories of
I
him.
just would have liked something of his to take with me, that's all. Well,
I have his
there's no use in
sword!
moaning about it, is there? He's gone.
Although it's worse than your staff, yeah.
Those that follow you. Alistair, Knight, and Warden. You wonder if things would have been different if you were with Duncan on the battlefield. You could have shielded him from the killing blow. You wonder, don't you, if you should have died and not him.
Yes. If Duncan had been saved and not me, everything would be better.
What?
If I just had the chance. Something you need, my dear? Of course. I didn't. We also laughed more than you'd think. There was this... And the man could drink. I'm told that Duncan was... Yes. It just struck me that I have not... Well, there's no... I'm wondering something. I'd like to know your thoughts about some of our traveling companions.
I wanted to know...
Do you mind if I ask? I've got this nefarious plan to go around to each of them and secretly tell them all the nasty things you said. That way they'll mutiny and out. Now I'm woo. Seriously though, I'm only curious. I've had enough time to form my own. Just try Zevran, the elf. You can't trust him. Maybe a little. That doesn't stop the question from being. Just answer the question. Oh, you're killing. Really? Why? That's a lot of trust to put in someone who tried to kill you. What about Sten? The more I talk... And yet, he killed all those people. Yet he seems... What about Liliana? Is she crazy? Or do you... That... I don't know what to make of her. If you look... Yes, Morrigan. Do you trust her? Think about it. And... You're just going to let her follow us around? A Maleficar and make her knows what else. That's the enough. So I'm guessing someone told Honora I was planning to steal her throne. She has a nasty glare. Did anyone mention this wasn't my idea? I think she's a great queen. As far as I'm concerned, she's welcome to it.
I think you'd be a great king, Alistair.
Really? Whatever will give you that idea?
You have a kind heart and a strong sense of justice.
Well, it's nice that you think so. What do you think I should do? Go ahead and be king, just to let it happen?
You can't... We could run off together instead.
Good plan. We could go to Orlais, live in sin, and eat cake until the Darkspawn finally catch up to us. Cursed Darkspawn! It's just that everything I've heard about Queen Honora is that she's the one who really ruled here, not Kaelin. She's smart, tough, determined. Well, I feel a bit like Kaelin's substitute. I think I'll be better off against the Darkspawn. All right, Alistair, enough whining. Thank you, Alistair. That's excellent advice. I'll do my best.
Oh. I agree with Alistair.
About the whining? I know. Someone really needs to slap that one around.
My lords and ladies of the Landsmeet, Tyrn Loghain would have us give up our freedoms, our traditions, out of fear. He placed us on this path, yet we should place our destiny in his hands? Must we sacrifice everything good about our nation to save it?
A fine performance, Aemon. But no one here is taken in by it. You would attempt to put a puppet on the throne, and every soul here knows it. The better question is who will pull the strings.
And what are you doing now?
Ah! Here we have the puppeteer.
Excuse me? I do not say...
Tell us, Warden. How will the Orlesians take our nation from us? Will they deign to send their troops? Or simply issue their commands through this would-be prince?
Hey, now.
What do they offer you? How much is the price of Ferelden honor now?
How much is the world? The Blight is the threat here, not Orlais.
There are enough refugees in Mybanor now to make that abundantly clear.
The South is fallen, Logain. Will you let Darkspawn take the whole
Olay's
country
not.
for fear
Olay
of
wanted
Orlais?
to help us.
The Blight is indeed real, Wolf. But do we need Grey Wardens to fight it? They claim that they alone can end the Blight. Yet they failed spectacularly
And whose
against
fault
the
was
Darkspawn
that?
at Ostagar.
Whose fault was
And they
that?
asked to bring with them 4 legions of Chevaliers. And once we open our borders to the Chevaliers, and we really expect them to simply return from whence they came?
You are still in a... You allowed Rendenhau to imprison and torture innocents.
The Warden speaks truly. My son was taken under cover of night. The things done to him, some of them are beyond any healer's skill.
Hal was responsible for himself. He will answer to the Maker for any wrongs
Oh, he
committed
won't be
in
at
this
the
life,
Maker's side.
as must we all. But you know that. You were the one who murdered him. Whatever Hal may have done, he should have been brought before the Seneschal. There is no justice in butchering a man in his home.
I did not, but... No? Then why did you send a blood mage to poison our Eamon?
I assure you, Warden, if I were going to send someone, it would be my own soldiers. I would not trust to the discretion of an apostate.
Indeed, my brother tells a very different tale. He says you snatched a blood mage from the Chantry's justice. Coincidence?
Do not think the Chantry will overlook this, Terran Logain. Interference in a Templar's sacred
right, you
duties
tell
is
him.
an offense against the Maker.
Whatever I have done, I will answer for later. At the moment, however, I wish to know what this Warden has done with my daughter.
What have I done? I protected her from you.
You took my daughter, our queen, by force, killing her guards in the process. What arts have you employed to keep her? Does she even still live?
I believe I can speak for myself.
Oh, here it comes.
Lords and ladies of Ferelden, hear me. This warden has slandered and defamed
I
Ferelden's
knew it.
greatest hero
I knew
in a bid
it.
to put an impostor on Merrick's throne.
What? I knew it.
Oh, when she turned
I know,
up.
right?
What a shock.
I
Seemed like such a nice despot.
I know.
It has become clear to me, Warden, that the true threat to this nation is you.
Fine, I'll
I
leave.
offered you the chance
And
to
you can
ally
all
with me
die.
for the good of this nation, and you refused it. I will not allow you to destroy the throne Kaelin and I have held.
Who here can say that Anora is not fit to rule this land? And who can say that this Alistair is? We know nothing of him, save that he may have royal blood. For 5 years, Anora has been queen, and proven herself worthy of the Theron name. She can lead our people through this crisis, and I can lead her armies.
I knew she just wanted
My
the
lords
throne.
and ladies, our land has been threatened before. It's been invaded and lost and won times beyond counting. We Fereldans have proven that we will never truly be conquered so long as we are united. We must not let ourselves be divided now. Stand with me.
Why did we
shall
free her?
defeat even the Blight itself.
Why did we free?
Southreach stands with the Grey Wardens.
Thank you.
Waking Sea stands with the Grey Warden.
Thank you.
Dragon's Peak supports the Warden.
Thank you.
The Western Hills throw their lot in with the Wardens.
Thank you.
Maker, help us.
I stand by Logain. We've no hope of victory otherwise.
I stand with the Warden. The Blight is coming. We need the Grey Wardens.
The Landsmeet is against you, Logain. Step down gracefully.
Traitors! Which of you stood against the Orlesian Emperor when his troops flattened your fields and raped your wives?
That was
You
then,
fought
and this
with
is
us
up
once,
now.
Eamon. You cared about this land once, before you got too old and fat.
He's not
and
fat.
content to even see what you
He's
risked.
skinnier than you
None
are.
of you deserve a say in what happens here. None of you have spilled blood for this land the way I have.
Are you really gonna stand
How
there and
dare
tell me that
you
I have not
judge
spilled
me?
blood for this land? Call off your men and we'll settle this honorably.
Then, let us end this. I suppose we both knew it would come to this. When we first met at Ostagar, I would never have thought so, but Ostagar seems like it happened in another lifetime to someone else. A man is made by the quality of his enemies. Marek
I'm
told
not a
me
man.
that once. I wonder if it's more a compliment to you or me. Enough! Let the landsmeet declare the terms of the duel.
It shall be fought according to tradition. A test of arms, in single combat until one party yields. And we, who are assembled, will abide by the outcome.
Will you face me yourself, or have you a champion?
In Kaelin's armor, no less. Oh, darling, you are handsome like that. I mean, I only feel it's right that Alistair get... I got my revenge on Hal. It's now time...
So, there is some of Marek in you after all. Good.
Forget Marek. This is for Duncan.
Thank you, my love.
So it is decided. Alistair will take his father's throne.
Wait, what? No. When did this get decided? Nobody's decided that. Have they?
Darling.
He refuses the throne. Everyone here has heard him. I think it's clear then. He abdicates in favor of me.
Would you shut
I
it?
hardly think you're the appropriate person to mediate this, Honora. Warden, will you help us?
I need to talk to Alistair first.
Strange. I feel like I'm back at the Abbey, trying not to get chosen last for the spar.
What is your decision? Who will lead for Eldon?
Alistair will be king and I'll rule beside him.
Really? You will?
You think I'm gonna leave
Where I
you?
wake up, usually. Or everyone points and laughs because I have no clothes on.
Honora, the landsmeet has decided against you. You must now swear fealty to our king.
I
And
wish
relinquish
we could
all
have done
claim
this a
to the
little more
throne for yourself
romantically.
and your heirs.
If you think I will swear that oath, Eamon, you know nothing of me.
Honora, be reasonable.
Reason clearly had nothing to do with your choice, Warden.
Are you kidding?
We cannot leave for Eldon in a state of civil war. We must have unity. If
You
she will not swear
betrayed
fealty to
me, you
Alistair,
backstabbing
and renounce
woman.
her claim to the throne, she is a threat to us all.
What do you want me to do exactly? Kill her? I can't do that. I guess... put her in the tower for now. Lock her up. Maybe we can find somewhere to send her. Later.
Thank you, Alistair. You show me mercy.
No, I
that
believe that.
Would not have shown you.
Very well then. Guards, take her away.
Bye, backstabbing woman. Should have saw that coming. Did you
Your
really
Highness,
think you could
would
fight
you address
us?
the landsmeet?
Oh, that would be me, right? I never knew him, but from all I've heard of my father, what defined him was his commitment to protecting this land.
Just get to the Blight.
I was getting there. Anyway, the Blight, yes. I may be Marek's son, but I am also a Grey Warden. I took an oath. I swore I would stand and fight the Darkspawn, no matter
confident.
the cost to myself.
Be confident.
I can't break that oath just to wear the crown. I have to go with my fellow Warden to face the Blight.
Show them
When
who
the
you
Blight
are.
is over, I'll come back and take up my duties, whatever they are, as king. Until then, I think Al Eamon will have to be my regent.
Then I can do Marek's memory no less honor than you do. I accept. And may the Maker bless your efforts against the Darkspawn.
My fellow Grey Warden will, I hope, take Logain's place as the leader of my armies. Shall we finish this thing together?
Always together. We will beat this Blight as Kaelin dreamed.
Everyone, get ready to march. It's going to take all of Ferelden's strength to survive this blight. But we will face it, and we'll defeat it! We'd better get going. Ferelden is depending on us.
I knew you could do it. You just had to have confidence, my love. That's it.
So, strange story. Tell me about this one.
I'm
This fella
sorry.
gets made
I
king,
wanted to be more
and then gets
romantic.
engaged. All on the same night.
You're not angry, are you?
I'm not thrilled with the idea of being king. I never wanted it, I told you that. Yet here I am. Not much to be done now. I suppose I'm more curious about, you know, the engagement. I like the idea, but are you sure?
Am I sure I want to marry you? Yes.
Oh, I guess that saves me having to ask then. Phew. They'll expect an heir, you know. With the taint in our blood, it's hard enough for a Grey Warden to have a child on their own. For two of them, every Grey Warden I knew who had children had them before they took the joining. Having an heir might not be possible.
Oh no. Well, it won't for a lack of trying.
That's an excellent point. Good thing we got started when we did. I suppose this is something we'll just have to deal with later. My coronation isn't going to happen for some time yet, and we've still the Darkspawn to fight. Our leadman has left for Redcliffe, and he says the armies have almost finished gathering there. We should go to Redcliffe as soon as possible. If we don't deal with the Archdemon soon, it'll get cranky, and nobody wants that.
You. Woman, why don't you?
I see you can't sleep either. I also saw Morrigan outside your room earlier, and the look she gave me. Ooh, that was icy even for her. Is something up?
Alistair, we need to talk.
Oh. I guess whatever Morrigan had to say, it's big. This is what I get for becoming king. Everyone always brings you the bad news. So what is it then? Rats running amok? Cheese supplies run low? I can take it.
I love you. You know that, right?
Could you make it sound more ominous? Tell me already.
What if I told you there was a way to avoid dying tomorrow?
You mean with the Archdemon, right? If you mean running away, I can't do that, but you don't mean that, do you? What is this about?
I need you to take part in a magic ritual.
Oh, something Morrigan cooked up, no doubt. What do you need me to do?
You need to sleep with her.
Cute. This is payback, right, for all the jokes?
No, do I look serious?
But you're not joking. You're actually serious? Wow. Be killed by the Archdemon or sleep with Morrigan. How does someone make that kind of choice?
You're
not actually asking me this, are you?
I don't want
What kind of ritual is this, anyway?
It's some kind of ancient magic, Flemeth's.
Well, that's reassuring. Wait, no it isn't. Look, even if I was willing to entertain this idea, and I'm not saying I am, is this really what you want me to do?
No.
Are you sure?
You need to trust me.
I do trust you. If this is what you think is best, I'll do it. Oh, where is she? Let's go and get this over with
I
before
can't.
change my mind.
No, please. You've got it, my love.
Before us stands the might of the Darkspawn Horde. Gaze upon them now, but fear them not. This woman beside me is a native of Ferelden, risen to the ranks of the Grey Wardens. She is proof that glory is within reach of us all.
Well, I actually...
She has survived despite the odds, and without her, none of us would be here. Today, we save Denerim. Today, we avenge the death of my brother, King Kaelan. But most of all, today, we show the Grey Wardens that we remember and honor their sacrifice. For Ferelden, for the Grey Wardens!
Actually, decently kind there at the end. I still want to punch you in the face.
Soon this will be finished. One way or another.
I love you, Alistair.
And I love you. Always.
And then, it was over.
Am I alive?
With the archdemon dead, the Darkspawn horde quickly crumbled. Most fled back into the deep roads. They would remain a threat in the years to come. But the Blight had been ended before it had truly begun. Ferelden had been saved, and the entire kingdom rose up to joyously greet its new king. Grey Wardens stood redeemed, and a new age had begun. But at...
I'm alive!
We are gathered to celebrate those responsible for our victory.
It worked!
Of those who stood against the Darkspawn siege of Denerim, there is one in particular who deserves commendation. The one who led the final charge against the Archdemon remains with us still. An inspiration to all she saved that day. Ladies and gentlemen, may I formally present my betrothed, who will soon be your queen.
I prefer to be called your wife.
My friend, it is
Why
hard
would
to
you
imagine
call-
how you could have aided Ferelden more. I think it only appropriate that I return the favor. As a
Wow.
reward, and as an engagement present, I offer you a boon of your choice.
I asked that the Hows pay for what they did. No, I don't. I just... I want my land back. I have no need of anything further.
I suppose marrying me is all any girl would need.
Hey!
I'm kidding, of course. Just a little royal humor. Let it also be known that the Arling of Amaranthine, once the land of Arl Howe, is now granted to the Grey Wardens. There they can rebuild, following the example of those who went before them. So what are your plans? I assume with the wedding you will be remaining in Ferelden. Well, I didn't want to come right out and say it, but I'm relieved you'll be nearby. There's a group of Ferelden citizens waiting outside to get a look at their hero. I suggest you make at least a brief appearance before they storm the gate. Just tell the guard at the door when you're ready.
If you make that comment again, I will smack you in the face. Oh, any woman's. I remember when you said that you...
So, we made it. I'm impressed, aren't you? I was so scared that I might lose you. But here you are.
That's the
Here I
Alistair
am.
I love.
Not bad, right? I bet this had something to do with that night. With Morrigan. Why you're still here, I mean. I'm not that dumb.
Can we not
The
talk
rest of the
about
Grey
it?
Wardens haven't arrived yet from Morley. But they've already sent questions. What should I tell them?
Tell them the truth.
That a Maleficar saved you and then ran off to have my demon baby? That has a certain
Well,
ring
they
to
can't
it, right?
think that it's not
No,
real.
I suppose I'll just keep that to myself. I can shrug and look stupid. It's a talent. Speaking of Morrigan, do you know where she went?
I don't want to know.
I'm told she vanished right after the battle. No goodbyes or anything.
I don't know. I don't want to.
Good riddance, I say. At any rate, I can't wait to be alone with you. These formal affairs drive me insane.
Yes, and you... will be married soon, you know. And you...
I get to marry the woman I love. I figure there can't be much better than that. I'll let you get to your adoring public. They want to see the hero of Ferelden, and who am I to keep them waiting?
Follow me.
In the months that followed his coronation, Alistair proved to be a popular king, if largely unwilling to involve himself in matters of governing. He travelled often, making appearances in towns throughout Ferelden to great delight of the commoners. They referred to him as the king with the common touch, even if few knew it was simple aversion to life at court. Colette married King Alistair in a lavish ceremony 6 months after his coronation, becoming the princess consort of Ferelden. The two toured the nation soon afterwards, and the people were ecstatic to see how the king adored his new bride. Why am I the princess consort?